Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, why don't we start with you telling us a little bit about yourself and your role at Cooper?
Okay, my name's Kim Debortelli. I'm the branch manager for the St. John, New Brunswick store in the Maritimes. Let me see. I've been in the industry for 35 years. I've been in the rental industry for quite some time, more on the industrial side than the commercial side. I have married. I have 3 kids. I have 3 grandchildren. I've gone different positions. So I was in my earlier life, I was a crane dispatcher. I was accounts payable clerk. I kind of worked my way up through accounts receivable. And then I started into the industrial rental industry back in the early 90s. So I'm starting to date myself now. And I've been doing the rentals ever since. So, and I thoroughly love it. I thoroughly love it. It's one of the things that I do like. So,
Yes. It's important to like your job.
yes,
Or
it
I
is.
would say love your job.
Yep.
Okay. Right. And what led you to join Cooper?
As I mentioned, it was an acquisition. So it was a wonderful opportunity to come with a nice, beautiful company. I thoroughly enjoy working with Cooper. Not that I didn't like my previous owners or people who I worked for, but it's a very nice, refreshing group of people. Very family oriented, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Amazing. And what do you like most about your job?
I like the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone from different roles, and this is a newer role for me, being the branch manager. So I was more in operations. So I would go from, I would do a lot of site work. So I worked on a site probably 6 months of the year, and then in the office 6 months of the year. So you get to learn different things. I've learned applications. I've learned about equipment. You get to solve people's problems. So when they're in a big panic, and you feel like sometimes like a superhero because you come to the rescue. So it's the challenge. It's the challenge to make sure you have the right equipment at the right time for the right people, and it's fun. It's fun.
And my last question for you is, what would you say to women who would like to join equipment rental industry?
I started in the industry way back in the 80s. So women in the workforce at that time in the industry was not very common. You work hard, and sometimes you have to work a little harder than some of your men counterparts, but it builds a strong work ethic for you. It's challenging. It's something out of the ordinary that most women don't even think to go into that type of field. I mean, when I first started, I was going to be a nurse, not going to be in working with equipment. Never did I. And so when you go and people ask you what you do and you explain it, they're like, really? Like, because you're a girl. So it's different. But you know what? Things now, my girls are grown now, and I've always pushed them, try something out of the ordinary and do something different. And it's very rewarding if you like what you do. And it's something out of the ordinary, so it's nice. I know that's not the right answer, but
No, that's really, really great advice, and you very well put and very well said. Well, thank you for joining us today, and here's to celebrating more women
I agree
in the
with
rental
you.
industry.
One thing I will say is that I've noticed that in the Cooper family, there is a lot of women involved in the Cooper family, whether it's with the administration, the HR, counter, and it's really nice to see how many women have come on board into this industry, because it's nice, because it wasn't like that years ago. So it's nice to see.
Yes. And seeing more and more women, what better than that?
Exactly.
Well, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.